Yo, what's happening, family? What's good, man? It's your boy. We back up in here, and I'm back in the lab again. You know what I'm saying? Back in my my Wusa area. You know what I'm saying? So I want to welcome everybody that's in here, man. I see Dave D. I see Tommy Big Time is in the building. My come here. My co-host, of course, Honey Bun. Say hey to everybody.
Throw them up, boo boo.
Throw them up. Okay. Here, grab it.
I told you, sit on the floor.
So today, man, we're not gonna be here for a long time. I actually have a watch here that I got a chance to look at, review. Here, watch out.
Hold on, let me show you what. Oops, the phone ringing. Gotta go.
Okay, so I got a chance to look at a watch that I've seen reviewed before on other channels, but those reviews are like, I think the newest review on this Mathey Tissot is what we talk about today, is about 6 or 7 months old. So I automatically think to myself, I've seen a number of people review watches, you know what I'm saying? And let me see, Semicon Reviews is in here. He's reviewed a couple of watches, you know what I'm saying, from, well, of course, everybody can't do Tudor right now, but nonetheless, people have reviewed some of the more popular watches, some of the watches that got this hype around it. And I was trying to think for the life of me, why haven't I heard or seen this right here? Well, if you caught my Instagram, I actually unboxed this, and I'm gonna get into what I thought about that. You want to get into that? You ready to do that? And she takes interest in this right here, this Vostok. Okay, you can't have this. This is a special watch. You can't have that watch. Okay, so before we get started into this review, a live review, which this is the first time I've ever done a live review. I think it was. Yeah, I think this type of review anyway. What's going on, Joe, Cliff? Thank you guys for being here. Wristwatch check. What do y'all have on? Please put in the comments what you got on. And right now, I am in the honeymoon phase of my Travis. Hold up, I know I'm far back, so let me go ahead and pop this off the wrist and give you guys an up close and personal review. Will follow in about a week or so. So that's that Travis that I just got from the Chicago event. Bless you. So what's going on, Vic? Jim Lee, Batman Looper. Let me see. Modified premieres. Yeah. Boat Zeus Graffiti. Oh, you have your Defrane on too? Imagine that. That's dope. That's super dope. Okay, here. I'm gonna set you down. My co-host is about to let her walk through the studio and do her thing. So let's get into this review. Now, who all's heard of Mathey Tissot? I have. Now, check this out. I got some information on the watch that we're gonna go through the description of the watch. But Mathey Tissot was literally created in 1886. And what I've read was, like, let me correct myself, because on my unboxing, I said that they made a watch for Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley originally bought a few dozen for his family, and Mathey Tissot saw this, so they eventually made a watch. And you know what? I may even have, let me see if I have a picture of that watch. They made a watch for Elvis Presley with his name on the bezel. I think I may have that. Give me just a moment. I think I have a picture of that watch. So that right there was the original watch that, you know, like if you look at the bezel, that bezel actually has Elvis Presley's name on it. But before he bought it, that was the design that he liked. But then they made another watch that was sort of to-no shaped. And I think that came after 70. That watch that I just posted was created in 1971. You listen in the car? Oh man, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I got one of the Oh, the Pilot watch. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that, man. Hey, the Frame watch company is legit. All the good ones were made in 1800s. Yes, and that's so. Did y'all know that they have an association with United States Army? They were making chronographs for us back in World War One. So their history is prestigious. But again, for those of us that don't buy watches because of the historical factors of a watch, you don't get that till after the fact. So what do I have here with me now? Mathey Tissot. So let's get into this box. Of course, you have the little covering. You have Mathey Tissot in cursive. I think it's a nice touch. You have this faux type of material. Yeah. And then you look at big Swiss made Mathey Tissot. I think it's kind of cheesy, but whatever. And then you see that the watch, I actually set it up right because the watch actually, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that the watch came like that, and I'm gonna tell you why. The pillow is too narrow, and the warranty card, which isn't signed, and they have a 2-year warranty, 2-year guarantee on this watch, international service. Now, presentation wise, when you open this up, I think like the presentation is actually pretty. It's cool. It's actually cool. They got like this. I think that's a nice touch. It's soft to the touch in here. You can see me pressing in on it. I don't know how I feel about the Swiss made, but the Mathey Tissot, which is not associated with Tissot. They're not a branch underneath that. They're not with the Swatch. They're not, none of that. It's just Mathey Tissot. That's just it. That's the man's name. So let's jump into the watch, which all I did was took the plastic off. It still got the little thing on there because it's literally going back tomorrow. I've already reached out to Jomashop, which Jomashop is amazing. I call them Jomashop customer service is A1. So if you've never dealt with Jomashop, and I'm not putting the fact that after I tell you what I think about this watch, whether good or bad, I'm not putting that on Jomashop because Jomashop didn't make the watch. But as far as their service concerned, when you literally put, like when you put in the order, and they put all this, like they email you and let you know when your stuff, Jomashop, you A1. And I actually learned I learned about Jomashop from Jody from Just One More Watch. All right. Hold on, let me see. Triple Dre and Michelle, thank you for being in here. What's happening? We had a great time in Chicago. Now it's nice meeting you. Oh, what's going on, Paul? Paul, my man, cool gamer. I bought a few from Jomashop. Yeah, they legit. Okay, so now my attraction to this watch, because it's a diver. This watch comes with a Salida 200. So let me read the descriptions for you. I'm gonna just read them all for you. All right. So of course the brand name is Mathey Tissot, and this is considered the vintage series. Of course, it's gender men, and it is model number H900ATV. All right. And it is Swiss made automatically, and it's the Salida 200-1. Reserve about 38 to 40 hours power reserve. In the case, is 40 millimeters, and they're saying that it's 12 millimeters thick. All right, so pretty nice. All right, screw down crown, silver tone. The band width is 20 millimeters. And here, let me show you the safety deployment class. So you have the friction right there, and then you have the safety, and then you have a friction class, mil class. And then let me show you the case back, which is exhibition, and it has sort of a decorated rotor. All right, so off top, look at the bezel, 24-hour bezel. I think it's really nice. And hold up, let's see. Sort of spongy. I really don't like the audible click on it. I really don't. And y'all know how I feel about the audible click. I really don't like the audible click on this one. It's just wasn't. And I actually just tested the loom a minute ago, and I'm gonna say the loom is on par with a pro diver loom. Not picking on Invicta, but like anybody that owns an Invicta know that the loom don't last that long. The loom don't last that long. When it glows green, and I know I don't have a nice shot, but it didn't hit for me. Didn't hit. Hammer watch is pretty sweet. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that the rest of I don't know anything else about Mathey. So all I know is that 1886, it has heritage. You have a long lasting heritage. And let me show you the case. And you know what I imagine, and it has 1886 on the case, and I imagine that people don't like that because I've heard people complain about having Invicta on the side or watch companies that put stuff on the side of the watches. They want it clean, and it's polished. It's high polished. This whole watch is high polished. The bracelet, let's see. Y'all hear that? Chintzy style. I mean, it's not too bad, but I was just attracted by the green. Of course, I'm going through this green phase if y'all don't know. But the one thing that I thought was interesting, I thought was pretty funny. Y'all see the 6 o'clock, the Mathey Tissot logo at the bottom. That is reminiscent of Squale. Squale has their shark, so they have the shark, the front of his shark's head and his tail, but his body is Squale, spelled out. And they literally did that font, which I thought was funny. When I saw it, I was like, that's hilarious. But when it comes down to it, hold on, see. Trap want to sell that watch. Hey, DK, somebody put that bit of time out. You ain't wrong, though. That loom, it go out so quick, bro. You stupid. Okay, so I'm not gonna act like for 1 second that I'm some professional reviewer. I'm just this aficionado on Swiss movements and stuff like that. Man, I'll take an NH35 and rock out with that sucker, man. I'll take a Miota 9000 movement because I like it. It hacks. You know what I'm saying? 8000 series just don't do it. I'm all for that. Y'all know, if you don't know, I love dive watches. So I want to try this because I have a number of dive watches and I want to see $300 for a Salida movement. And the company, after I looked at it, I said, okay, it's a Swiss-made company. They have heritage. And I didn't really buy because of the heritage in this. Well, I guess I did. I was like, man, it got to be dope. But I was trying to figure out why nobody's talking about these watches at all. Like, why? In my opinion, I feel that this watch literally falls into just the sea of other divers. It's cool, to say the least. And I probably, more than likely, would have kept this watch if it wasn't for one little factor, and it's the crown. Now, of course, you got crown guards on this thing right here. Look at it. Crown guards, very pronounced. And they're, very extremely pronounced. And they're a little different than any crown guards that I've had or do I actually own right now. And I think that the crown itself, which is signed, is proportionate for the watch. But here's the problem. Once you unscrew it, once I unscrewed it during that live, I got the thing fired up and I'm looking at it move. I said, she comes to life. I pushed it in to screw it back down. And she said, it does not screw back right. It does not thread. It is jacked. It's jacked. And now that may be because when they screwed it down, they screwed it in too tight because it took a lot of effort, man. Please just go check out my Instagram video. And I literally wore this shirt the day I unboxed this watch. I wore this shirt on purpose so I can reference that. So if you're going through, you don't have to. It's like the third or fourth video that I have on my Instagram. It's Trap Vision 3D on Instagram. And now let's see as far as, let me see the dive specs. Is it 200 meters of water resistance? Yeah, if the crown is complete, if the crown work, yeah, 200 meters. No, it's not even, hold up, 50 meters, 165 feet. I stand corrected. It's 50 meters, 165 feet. This is a skin diver. And I imagine with this crown, that's cut in half because it doesn't seat properly. And that is a big, man, that's crazy. And I imagine, you know what's crazy is I know I've heard reviewers do this, and I do agree sometimes that, you know, if, like, say for instance, this watch didn't have that exhibition case back, this thing would literally be as thin as what, maybe 10 millimeters thick. And that's like my glycine. And I said that before. My attraction to this watch, I said, if glycine and Squale had a baby, it'd be this right here. But I take that back because Squale is a phenomenal brand, and glycine, don't even get me started. I love my glycine, my sub, man. We're not about to do that. Okay, no can puts plaque on the side of there. Yeah. I saw that, and I have no problem with that. I actually, I met one of the representatives when I went to a local AD here, and NORCAN was there, was represented there, and I like their watches, man, especially for what you get. It's an amazing watch, man. You got the same movement Rolex has in it for a lot cheap, and it's cheaper than a Tudor that some people have in their collection that own Tudors, and they know who they are. Let me see. Bad Crown is like coming back home with I'm trying to have a serious review, man. I got people like DK and so at the end, this is what I'll say about this watch. This one could be a one-off. This could be that watch that just malfunctioned. Everybody else's watches could be nice. This particular one, nope. And that sealed it for me because I like, for a company that's been out since 1886. And I know there's QC issues everywhere, man. But when you say Swiss made, especially right here, when you put an emphasis on Swiss made, you have emphasis on Swiss made on your box. Swiss made is up here. It's the creme de la creme. That's like, hey, I have it. Not saying that watches can't fail. I'm not saying that, but you're set to a higher standard because Swiss made really didn't mean anything to me until it was explained to me the importance of having it, or, you know, have that preference. It's just a preference because before that, man, I was rocking NH35s. I had Miyota 8000 series. I had some no-name Chinese automatics because I just love to see the little, you know, the heartbeat. I didn't know how, like, what the deviation time was. I didn't know about any of that until 2018. Listening to Ryan Johnson and Jay-Z selling an Invicta, which, again, shameless plug, merely on time watch reviews. We just did a video. Go check that out. It was yeah. I shared it everywhere. Some of y'all already saw it. All right, let me see. Now we know why no one is talking about it. What do you think about the bracelet on the watch? The bracelet, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And again, I'm not. All right, so I got a pro diver, right? And everybody knows that Invicta makes pro divers to be cost effective, right? And you're not gonna get like an Omega style watch for $200 or $150. This bracelet, I would say, I mean, it's an Invicta style bracelet, in my opinion. They look just alike. They feel just alike. They probably go from the same manufacturer. And it's an okay bracelet. It's an okay. And this is one that I will say, take the bracelet, pitch it, and put something else on it. Because it's $300. This watch is $300. $300 when you see Swiss made 300, you're like, oh, I can get a Salida for, you know, a Salida movement or a Swiss made watch. That was one of the things that I found attractive. You kind of hope, like, man, I hope this watch is dope, and you're just pulling for it, man. It's like the underdog, like, man, this may be the watch. And I had every intention of coming on YouTube and posting it. Would YouTube push this video? Who knows? I was still going for it, man. But now I am aware why this watch is reviewed the last major review I saw on this watch 2 years ago. Nobody's talking about it. And I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? And some of the big channels, no one is talking about this watch. And like you said, Tommy, I see why. This is not. Now, don't get me wrong, appearance-wise, and let me ask y'all this. Since this is a live review, you guys tell me, what do you guys think about the overall look of this watch? Excuse the studio lights and my background of my house. So y'all let me know what y'all think. What do y'all actually think? You can get a combat sub light scene on Joma for $329. And hold on, let me put that up there. I'm gonna put that. I'll tell you what. Honestly, I would highly recommend if you are new to collecting watches, which I think there's a watch collector born every day. You know, there's people that's coming on YouTube on a regular basis that don't know nothing, and some that say, "Hey, if I want to," and I just saw Random Rob talked about that, having a 3-watch collection, and dive watches are always put in there for the most part. Most everybody that said, "Hey, if you had a 3-watch collection," what in a sub, a combat sub, or some type of diver is always mentioned. And I would say glycine for $329. This one is $300. I would say go and spend the extra $30 on that glycine, hands down. And then if you want to add to your flavor on as far as bracelets and stuff like that, go to invictabands.com and they got a 70% off sale that's still going on right now on bracelets, man. Like, and you can change the look of your watch. You don't necessarily, even if you have a sub, if you measure that right there, make sure you get the exact same measurement right on what they have, the 20, 22, 24 millimeter. Make sure you have that correct on your dive watch. You can, glycine and Invicta, they got a 70% off sale. And if you buy glycine, you could buy straps for it. You could buy the mesh bracelet, which I have one coming, and I'm gonna update my watch and I will review it once it gets in. I prefer no date altogether. No need for that nowadays. That would have been cool. And Tommy and anybody else, I think another reason why this gets pushed, because it's honestly, in my opinion, man, it's no better than any other diary that's out right now. And there's no marketing that goes behind this. This is a watch that I think if Mathey Tissot was to really come out like banging, it'd be because of an influencer mouthing off about it. So like if the Time Teller talked about this watch, which he'll probably slam this watch because of it's with the crown action it doesn't have, it's not really, it's kind of spongy, but that click really, I'm not really feeling that click. Y'all know that's the most satisfying thing for me, man. That click, that just don't do it for me, y'all. It don't do it for me. I can't fool with it. This would have been cool as a no date, though. Going back to your comment, this would have been cool as a no date. The Salida 200 no date, not a ghost date. But then again, too, please let me know in the comments. Do you guys concerned about watches with ghost dates? Are you concerned with watches with ghost date? Will that keep you from buying a watch? There are too many micro brands under $500 that are amazing. Now, just extra work. Underdog only on. If it's good, this one is just a dog. Whoo, tough crowd. Hold on, let me see. Cal said just extra work keeping. Yeah, you're right about that. Did the date disappear in life now? Did I miss something? Because no one The day to me is kind of important since I work for a living and don't always have a calendar to look at on my phone. Some people don't listen to the time teller, but I mean, he do have a big following. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be time teller, it could be just one more watch, Teddy Bulbasaur. I think if he got a hold of this in comparison to some other divers that I know it will go into recommendation of divers. That's I mean, shoot, I would say a company that don't have the heritage, but divers, and I've seen it firsthand. Long Island watches. That Port Jefferson, I saw that in person. That watch dope. Yeah, and it has a Miyota 9015 and high beat movement. That watch is dope. That watch is dumping on this one right here. I don't apologize for it. That's just I'm not going back and forth either. No need to root for them. You know, you don't own. Hey, yeah, you don't own it. And yes, I wanna piggyback off of one thing. So this review right now officially over. What do I think? This is a dud. How does it fare in comparison to other watches? The appearance wise, overall look, I think it's a nice looking watch. The fact that it has a Salida 200 and the rotor is decorated, open case back. The font is clean. It's a legible watch. I kind of like that green and orange look on it. I really do. And you got the 24-hour scale on the outside of the watch, almost like it was a GMT style watch. I say overall, man, appearance, man, I give it like a B, or like, you know what I'm saying? I give it like a 3.5 flame. It's nice. It's kind of hard though, giving this thing a high rating, knowing that my crown is busted. And I don't know how many got out of the factory like that with a busted crown. This could be a one-off, and if anybody sees this up to this point and you have this watch and yours is amazing, please let us know how you think or how you feel about your watch. But as far as me, I'm gonna give this a overall score of 1.5 flame. That crown is everything. That crown is dude. That's what brings the watch to life, man. And Mathey Tissot, you failed me. Even down to, I will say this, I would much rather you not put enough emphasis on this. Give me some cardboard or something. But if you're gonna come with that, and you come with this little bitty narrow pillow, so my watch is like this, like it's a dead bug or something in it, I'm like, what is that? When I opened the watch, I opened it live, man. I was so disappointed, y'all. I was like, come on, bro. You can't have Swiss made. Seeing it like that, Swiss name has been thrown around for years. And again, I had no idea how important Swiss made watches was important to the watch world, any collector, until I started collecting Invicta and listening to these guys talk. And then a lot of you guys, Dave Gear, come on alone. Their knowledge of Swiss made product and stuff, dude, will get you hype about getting anything. And then you have all these other folks that you come across, all the groups online. So yeah, this is the ultimate. I'm giving it 1.5 flame. If I have fire to go across the screen, it'd be 1.5 flame. I give this an epic fail. Presentation and overall functionality, because it's not functioning for me. So Jomashop, I recommend Jomashop. Just go check it out. It's quick and easy. And if you go on, just like any website, you go on there, you can scroll down and look at the return policy, look at you can even buy a warranty through Jomashop once you buy stuff. And I've heard Jory from just want to watch talk about Jomashop for years. I just never went over there until late last year. And I know, and I've heard Tommy say, buy some stuff from them, and he has. And I know if Tommy had a problem with something, that video's going up immediately. He got stuff in queue, and I guarantee he'll interrupt this queue of his content to say, "Hey, this was trash." Tell you off top. So Jomashop is legit. I buy a watch made. Hey, I feel you. Quality really matters over everything. Thank you, man. Thanks, Vic. I appreciate you dropping that link. Kyle, I seen that. I've seen a couple people talk about the time teller. And you know, like the thing about him, I've never met the man. I doubt that I ever will. But in the past, he has said and done some things. And it wasn't. And I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I've watched some of his latest stuff, and I heard him mention Invicta in one of the videos that kind of drew me back into watching his content. Was he did? I can't even tell you the name of this watch, but it is in the same shape as a Russian diver. And he stated in there, if you like the bigger style watches, I would recommend a Russian diver. And I was like, I know about 2 years ago, he dogged out, man, he just be dogging stuff, man. So I don't particularly care for that back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be one of those reviewers or YouTubers, if you will, that say something bad about a company, a watch company, and then have to come back later and kind of brush it under the rug like I didn't say it. Case in point, I said something about Movado when I worked at K Jewelers, and I still stand on that. Now, I'm not knocking anybody like Movado, and I will say this: for what you get on that Movado, that diver that they have, $2,500. There are so many other watches that you can get. And I don't think just because they put an emphasis. So when we got the material and I'm looking at the watch, it talked about, it just put an emphasis like, hey, it has sapphire crystal. So I can care less. You give me Harlex, you can give me Flame Fusion, you can give me Mineral. But this watch it's a Swiss made watch, it's a Swiss automatic, or they got the move, they acquired the movement to put in there. It had a crazy depth ratio, but I'm like, dude, $2,500 for this watch? Why? No, dude, if that's the case, you can buy gray market, you can buy a Tudor for that. I'm telling you, man, I got ADs over like 20 minutes from me that'll sell you a Tudor for $2,200 all day, papers and everything. So I'm not giving Movado $2,500 for no diver. I stand on that. I said this, I made a comment on a Movado 2 years ago that I reviewed at my job. That's one of my videos. That video is so buried down in there. Brave it if you will, if you can find it. But you will hear what I said. And somebody had left me a comment, was like, hey, I kind of like Movado. And I'm like, hey, it's nothing against you. Probably one of the dopest people on this planet. I just don't feel that Movado is worth $2,500. Heck, the museum design that they have, I don't think that's worth $900. Nope, not for a quartz movement. Their Movado Bowl. Again, if you like that style, and I do like, I used to love Movados back in the day. I just feel that, you know, for the price, I'm like, there's so many other options, man. And in my opinion, Movado kind of drowns in the sea of blah when it comes to all of the different options that you can get. Heck, I mean, shoot, I'd even recommend a certain Pagani designs, like they're everybody's hype about, what was that the Omega Swatch? Everybody's hype about that watch. I recommend Pagani designs. They got one that is way better quality than that. I actually saw the watch. I like it. I may own it one day, and if I do, I'll put it up. Of course, y'all know I'll put it up. Now, before I go, because we are 34 minutes in, and this one's supposed to be a long video. Hey, man, thanks for dropping those links, man. And for every link that's dropped in here, if you're not attached to that channel, go check it out, man. You make the decision if you want to be a subscriber or a member of the channel, but at least go check it out. Make a conscious decision. And once you go and you like it, make sure you do more than just subscribe. Hit that bell. Hit that notification bell, because there's some of us that's putting out content like this and shorts on a regular basis, man. And I was talking to Merely on Time watch reviews today. Well, Chris, let me just say Chris. And I think some of these channels, the lower channels that have under 10,000 subscribers that are doing reviews and stuff like that, I think should be the standard, should be up there where they need to be at. And I'm not saying that. What I'm gonna say next, I like the Urban Gentry. I like his channel. I like how he puts his stuff out. Now, granted, I know that sometimes you want to get to the meat and potatoes, and there's times where you have to check out Hugo, and there's a story before you get to it. I like stories. I love watching, like the intros and stuff like that. That's just me. I like watching that. That's not everybody's fancy. But I was looking at his subscriber count, which is way higher than most people, but it's still under some other people that I'm like, you should be in the $1 million. You should be in the million subscriber category. I think that's just my opinion. You may think otherwise, but that's just how I feel. Space G95, man. You know what? I'm gonna say this. You got me. I joined Watch Crunch, and I posted a few, but like now y'all got me checking messages over there, man. I'm actually about to just start posting my watches to Watch Crunch. I was gonna use Facebook, but I don't have enough people on Facebook to say anything. I went live on Facebook, and I was posting these videos to Facebook, and I was looking at like one person to pop up, and I said, okay, that's not my area. So I haven't been back on Facebook like that. Relative Time, Watch Chris, Random Rob are great reviewers as well. I watch Relative Time. I do. And some of these people actually were recommendations of you guys, because I didn't know about Relative Time at first. I had museum at one point years ago. All right. I waited all night. You wanted that? Did you actually get a moon swatch though? Did you get one? Going to Comic Con. Hey, Double D, what's going on? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Okay, so let me say this before we get out of here, because I definitely don't want to do an hour over here, not on a watch review. I am working on a video. I had an opportunity. Oh man, when I tell you guys, and shout out to the Kokomo Watch Company, aka Palmer's Jewelers up in Kokomo. I was allowed to see behind the scenes and get a up close and personal of some watches that's coming out. And I was granted, you guys are going to see it. I saw one of the most phenomenal watches. Matter of fact, Random Rob, here's a little Easter egg. Random Rob actually had one of the watches on his channel, because Random Rob came to Kokomo and showed these watches, because they have a Seiko museum, but they're working on their own watches, right? And then they're in collaboration with another company. I have all these watches, and I got a chance to see some amazing work. I got, they gave me a play-by-play. I'm working on this. This is going to be next Sunday. I got 2 hours of footage, and I'm going to try to condense that down until about 30 minutes of a premiere. And I'm going to drop this premiere for next Sunday around 6:00. And hope you guys can watch it. Hope you guys enjoy. I was testing out I got a gimbal now. Because somebody, I do appreciate the comments when like, hey, Trap, I can watch your videos, but like some of this stuff is shaky when you on location. So like get that together. I don't take offense to none of that, man. I appreciate it, man. My man Dre actually, he told me about that. He didn't say, hey, Trap, your video is shaky, but he was saying, hey, bro, that's cool that you got that little standalone, but bro, that thing is shaking everywhere. You don't know it. You probably don't see it on camera when you're recording. But I have a gimbal now, and I'm getting used to it. But yeah, that's where we are now. I'm building up everything because I want to give you guys some quality work. I've been on this channel, man. What 3 months after Tommy, bro? Like this is what the 5th year. This will be the 5th year coming up in November, and this time it's past time, y'all. Y'all got to get. You know what I'm saying? I just can't stay in the same area of equipment. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on, brother? This is a great live chat for your first time. You should keep it up. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. What's your guess on the price? Oh, hold up. I missed that comment. Y'all talking about something else. The Neptune. Oh, bro, don't even get me started on that, boy. I'm going to tell you something. That's a 38, 39 millimeter timepiece. And I know some of y'all don't rock the smaller ones, man. But that watch, I saw it in person. That watch has so much character, man. And it's hard plastic, man. What is it? Plexiglass on it or something like that for the crystal. But it has such a vintage look to it. And I know over time it'll be patina. That watch, I'm telling you, mark my words, that watch, y'all gonna see it on this channel. Watch. Telling you. Let me see. All right, okay. So let's see here, everyone. I'm in Holland. I saw that, man. That's dope that you in Holland and you watching me. Come on, bro. You the real deal, man. You one of my members too, man. I appreciate you, bro. If the moon swaps was $49, it would be great. At $250 or so. Ooh. And that's okay. So and you know what, guys, we want to follow up. And I know DK, and I hope DK in Semicon Reviews, I hope he keeps up with the Friday conversations, because that is such a great conversation to have, man, right now. Because y'all know the price of watches or certain brands are going up. And I had a conversation with a watch collector today. We were talking about Longines. And those of you guys that don't know about Longines Watch Company, who is their target audience? Who is Longines? And the only reason we know, those of us that know, is because we fancy, we watch YouTube, you kind of dig in, you kind of see what is the who's who, but it's not targeted towards certain groups. And if you look on their website, there's the faces that they have may not resemble your community. You know what I'm saying? But does that make it less a watch? No, it has got amazing heritage. But again, that was another question on DK's channel the other day when I was live with him. Does heritage actually compute with other people? That's a conversation for another video. We're not going to tackle that today, because I want to just come on here and show you guys a watch that is going back tomorrow. Shout out to Jomashop again. Mathey Tissot. No, sir, I have to give you a no-go on this one. I mean, I'm putting the Pagani right now. I'm putting this Pagani design as far as green watch with an NH35, and it's a lot bigger than your watch. I'm putting this one over that at $109 for this one right here. And that's saying something, because I bought this just to look and try it out. I don't even wear it that often. And it has good loom for a little bit, but not, standard. Loom should last for at least 12 minutes. And again, can I get 12 minutes? I would prefer to have 20 minutes, but can I at least get 10, 12? DK said it earlier, man. He said, man, like Invicta, as soon as you cut the flashlight off, the loom's like, oof, finish. But what's up, Scott? We about to get up out of here, man. He said he would sit here without saying what's up. I just appreciate you watching, guys. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up, man, please do that. If you saw a YouTuber in here, what's going on, Jay Jones? If there was a link dropped and you've seen it, please go check out their channel. Make the decision if you want to join be a part of their community, because I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes it's great getting on the ground level with somebody working hand in hand. That's one thing I love about micro brands and independence, because you are looking across the table with this person and having a great conversation. It's always good. And I'm pretty sure Randall Rob started his channel off like that as well. I saw people interacting with him that was there, people part of his Discord. So interact with these people, get with your, I mean, they don't have to be your most favorite YouTuber, but like, get with them on ground level, because they get to a point where the algorithm hits and they take off. They may not be accessible to you. Not saying that they ignore you, but dude, I'm gonna tell you from experience. I went on the Invicta cruise, and literally I went on and everybody was there. It's like, hey, yo, let's come over here. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to move and try to get whatever. It is hard. It's very hard. And I saw how Random Rob was. I saw how TGV was when he went, when he came here to Indiana. People are around. They want to know. They want to talk. And some people got to stand back and wait. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is support your local or not so local YouTuber, because you never know where they are in the world. I got people, you know what I'm saying, overseas. My man in Holland right now watching, man. Shout out to Ad. So let me look at some comments before I get out of here. I want to be respectful to what you guys are saying. Oh, my man Vic is like, yo, hit that thumbs up. Y'all speaking to each other. Grace Santini, it's always a pleasure to have you on. It's 45 minutes. All right, you're right, Vic. Thank you for keeping time. Y'all, listen, buy what you love what you buy. Take your time on the watches. Take your time. You have to enjoy. I've been enjoying this watch. You have to enjoy the watch. Don't buy multiple because something is not going to get wrist time. It's not. It's impossible. You can't do it. Unless you're a watch reviewer, you have a YouTube channel, you have no choice. I understand that. But if you are somebody that don't post like that, just post pictures, and you're looking at a watch, you buy it, go through your phases, go through your honeymoon phases. See if you like the watch, and if you love it, recommend it to other people, and then move on. But until then, man, just, let's enjoy this thing together, man. We're all enthusiasts. We all curious. We like watches, man. You know what I'm saying? This is our passion. So, yo, quarter boy. Thank you, sir. So, family, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like, share it out, man. And you already know my slogan. Until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed.